Okay, here I just uploaded one of the CSV file under the DBFS Databricks File System. Okay, so whatever we are uploading those files into the DBFS, those files are storing into the temporary path. The path is file store / table / so our file name.csv. So here we have two options: create a table with UI, create a table in notebook. Create a table with the UI. UI means graphical representation, right? User interface. And one more option called create a table in notebook. Create table in notebook means, so we just uploaded CSV file, right? So we can see those information, and if you want to select the tables, remove the columns, right? Adding the columns. So with that UI also we can achieve it. Or else if you want to go for any programmatical with the help of Pyspark code, yes, we can possibly with the help of create table in notebook, right? Let me select the create table with UI option, right? Right. Select a customer to preview the table. Choose a cluster with which you will read and preview the data. So a few minutes back, we created cluster, right? Few minutes back, we created a cluster in another tab. Cluster name is Shravan and cluster. Yes, cluster got created successfully, right? Let me select the cluster here. Yes, this is my cluster. Preview table. Scroll down. Yes. Okay. So our file name is cust_table_csv. This is a table name. Databricks point of view. So it can understand, okay, this is a related to table name. Databricks means even though we are uploading the file system data, CSV data, it will display the data in the form of table format. So here, here we are able to see the default database. For example, if you already have a database which is available under the catalog section, a few minutes back we discussed it under the catalog section, right? If you want to create the database, yes, we can create it. If you are not specifying your database name, right? So it automatically goes to the default database, right? The file type is CSV, comma separated value, column delimiter, comma means comma separated value, right? Comma separated value, and column delimiter having the three options. First row has header, right? If I select the first row as header means I can able to see my column names, customer ID, customer name, customer score, and order ID. Let me uncheck it, right? Here I am able to see the column name C0, C1, C2, C3. If you want header, you just select it header, right? Header. Yes, I'm able to see my column names under the top level, right? Let me uncheck it. Yes, I can able to see my columns in below level, right? I want to check, I want to perform like some activities, like I want to maintain my column in top level, root level, and also I want to specify the data types. Customer ID is an integer, customer name is string, customer score integer, order ID integer. I want to maintain the data types also. Okay, so if I select the first row as header means the columns names will be appear on the root level. Yes, now it's showing as data types, customer ID, string, no, integer. Customer name, string, okay, fine. Customer score, integer, right? So big int, we have the different types of data types available, right? Any programming languages or any scripting languages or any database side. So we have a data types. If it is a number, we can make it as integer. If it is a more than 0 to 9 is integer. If it is more than 9, so we can make it as a big int. Obviously, we are able to see the more than 9 number, right? 20, 2500, right? Just make it as, click on big int. String, okay, 2, 5, 6, 7, okay, fine. So, integer. Okay, right. Next, there is option called infer schema. So if you specify this option, either graphical representation point of view or coding point of view, we just created a data frames, right? So something df equal to spark dot read dot format. So we are specifying the CSV format, and under that, after CSV dot option. So we need to specify the info schema comma true, or headers comma true, like the way we just specify the option. These three things are options. Finally, dot load, we just to specify the path, CSV path, right? Mount point slash global slash something we just specified, right? In last sessions. Okay. So infer schema means if we specify the infer schema, it is going to check the each and every column and each and every row. It's going to identify the whether this column, this row having the proper data type or not. Right? If we specify the infer schema, first it's going to check the customer ID. So it's going to check the data type, okay, integer, whether each and every row having the proper integer or not. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, fine. Right? If there is any strings or some different format which is available under this column, it is going to identify. Means infer schema is going to identify the each and every record which is respect to the dedicated data type or not. Dedicated data type or not is going to check the at the backend if you specify the infer schema. Okay. As of now, we have only 3, 6, 9, 7 records. 7 records. Okay. 7 records. Okay, fine. Infer schema is going to identify the each and every record. Okay, fine. For example, I have a CSV data. I have a CSV data. My CSV file having the 1 GB of data, or 50 MB of data, or 10 MB of data. If we specify the infer schema, its backend is going to check the each and every row, right? Whether this each and every row having the proper data type or not. Obviously, it will take some time. And obviously, it is a performance issue. So, infer schema is not recommended. Infer schema is not recommended for huge amount of data. If it is a less amount of data, okay, fine, infer schema is okay. But if it is a more than 10 GB, 1 GB or 50 MB or 10 MB or 20 MB, 30 MB, infer schema is not recommended. The purpose of infer schema is it is going to check the backend data types. Next, multi-line. Right? Multi-line. Okay. So this multi-line option best, it is going to allow line breaks inside cells. Let me check it. So if we have a huge amount of data, we can able to see this option. Okay, we'll see this option later. Right. So for example, here, whatever we are creating this file, right? This file is going to store under the default database, right? So here we have two options: create a table in notebook. If you want to create a table through UI part, yes, you can create it. Or if you want to create a notebook level, yes, you can just select this option. Let me select the first option, create table. Okay. It takes some time to reflect. Yes. So under the Catalog Explorer, we have the Hive Meta Store, right? Under the default, whatever we just created the CSV file, right? That CSV file which is placed under the default database. Yes, these are all the columns: customer ID, customer name, customer score, order ID, type integer, string integer, sample data. We just uploaded some CSV file, right? Those sample data we can able to see the under the sample data details, right? Created, managed, permissions. So we don't have any permissions as of now, right? Like the way we have the these are options, but we just uh, uploaded this CSV file, right, through UI part. Let me achieve the same thing by using code level, notebook level. Click on add. Again, I'm going to select the DBFS, add data, scroll down, DBFS, Databricks File System, Databricks File System, drag files to upload. Let me select the another file. This file also having the same data, right? Here I am going to select the create a table in notebook. Create a table in notebook, right? Notebook means, so it will generate the some sample code. So whatever we are achieving through UI, right? Same thing we can able to achieve through notebook. It generate the some default code. Okay, right. So here, let me modify the name, or if you want to keep it as is, okay, fine. Overview, no need. Right. Here I am able to see the 17 lines of code. So there is unnecessary code also available under this place. Okay. But we just write only one single line of code, right? To achieving these all activities like df equal to spark.read.format, CSV format, right? And options, header, comma, true, load, something we achieved, right? But here they are, it contains the multiple variables. If you want to create variables also, yes, you can create it. So instead of writing hard code information into your data frame, you just make it those information into variables level. Here I have multiple variables. Here I have multiple variables. The first variable is file location. File location. So where is our file is available? Our file is available under DBFS, Databricks File System. Under the Databricks File System, at the moment, we just drag to upload, right? Under that, we are able to see this path. In the down, we are able to see this path, right? Slash file store slash tables. So our file name.csv. So, right? Our file name.csv. Okay, this is the path. Under this path, so we just uploaded our cp_custom.csv file, cp_cust.csv file, right? So these path we just assign to one variable. That variable name is file underscore location. Variable means it is holding a value. Variable means it is holding a value. We just assign this information to a variable. Variable file underscore location is a variable. This is a variable having this path. Right. Next, one more variable, that is file type. File type. Here we just specify the CSV. Right. Our format is CSV, right? So here we just specify the CSV. CSV, right? CSV we are assigning to a one variable. The variable name is called file type. File type hold the CSV variable data. CSV data. CSV data. Okay. Next, infer schema. Infer schema equal to false. Infer schema equal to false. So if you want to specify true means it's going to check each and every record, right, from the table to check the data type. To check the data type. False means, so we just we are not going to use the infer schema. Infer schema. If you don't want, you can remove it. Right? Yes. Let me put it as this infer schema equal to false. Next, first row is header. First row is header. Okay, whatever we just seen through graphical representation, right? So we are able to see the infer schema, first header and multi-line delimiter something option, right? Even though those options available under the code level answer. Code level answer. First row is header. I want my headers like customer ID, customer name, customer score. Those column names should be comes under in the root level, top level, right? I want my headers, right? If you want headers, you just make it as true. If you want infer schema, right, you can just make it as true, right? Delimiter. Delimiter means here we are performing the CSV data. CSV means comma separated value. That's why I mentioned as delimiter equal to comma. Comma, right? If you are handling the CSV data, so we need to make specify as a delimiter equal to comma. Delimiter equal to comma. Next, here whatever is generating the system generated code, right? So here this code is belongs to data frame. Data frame. DF. DF is a variable data frame, right? DF, right? This code is belongs to data frame. Data frame. This data frame we are holding into this data frame, right? This code we are going to assign into one variable. The variable name is called DF. DF is a variable. It having the data frame code. data frame code logic, right? Right, spark.read.format. It is a data frame. Here we are writing the Spark related code, Pyspark related code, right? Spark, read. Here we are performing the read operation. Format, which format we are talking about? File type, CSV format. CSV format we are talking about, right? Options. Options are not a mandatory, guys. Options are not a mandatory. If you want to specify the option, yes, okay, fine. But it's not a mandatory. Not a mandatory. Here we are performing the first option in info schema. Info schema, obviously, we make it as false. False. Next, first row as header. Right? First row as header. Next, one more option. Set delimiter. Next, file location. Load file location. This is the path. This is the path. Finally, we just display the data frame. Display the data frame. Okay. Like, let me run this cell. Click on hello. Right? Here we are able to see the data. Here we are able to see the data. Whatever we just uploaded onto the DBFS, right? Databricks file system. Here we are able to see the data. But in the root level, top level, so it's showing as column C0, C1, C2, C3, right? C0, C2, C3, right? So I don't want these columns. So my if you see this headers, which is comes under 1, 2, 3, like the way, right? So I don't want this above C0, C1, C2, 3 columns. I want my headers should be on root level, top level. Okay. Let me instead of first row is header first, let me put it as true. Okay. Right, run set. Right? Right. So here we are able to see our column names as root level. Root level. So whatever the data, it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, something. Right? Okay. So if you want to check your info schema, like I want to check my data types for each and every row, you just make it as true. True. Okay. Run cell. Right? So here we have less amount of data, right? Yes, the CSV having the less amount of data. So that's why we are able to get the data very quickly. But if you have a huge amount of data, infer schema is not recommended. Infer schema, if you specify the infer schema, means it is going to check the each and every data type in the row, each and every row. Okay, right. Let me